I'm Rob Slee. So I am a SIN Fellow for the University of Greenwich. My background is so I joined the London Ambulance Service in 1994, so some time ago. I undertook various roles there. I was a paramedic, team leader. I was an emergency care practitioner. I then went into education and training, and in 2014 left the ambulance service and joined the University of Greenwich full time. I was part of the Paramedic Science team for some time. In the last 2 years, I moved home to the simulation team. Um, I have various hats. I am a bit of paramedic simulation, midwifery simulation, but one of the other things is about this driving simulator. So I'm very, very keen that the simulator we have, the finished article, mimics real world driving as close as it can. So for me, it's very important that we can measure inputs and haptics. So for example, if you accelerate or brake, that we get that same feeling, not just visually, but you get that same feeling as you would in a vehicle. If you steer, that you get that same feeling. Um, I want it to be that when you're driving, the software that we have, which is in development, replicates as best as we can current urban and rural and metropolitan areas, and that you can have changeable weather conditions, changeable traffic conditions, have it so we can have things like pedestrians stepping out. I mean, more and more times now, you only got to see how many people cross the road, phone in hand, headphones in. And when you're driving on blue lights, the bandwidth you need to be able to understand and recognize that hazard perception, I want that to be as real as possible as we can. And I think that's the most important thing. Is there's plenty of simulators out there, but it needs to as close as we can to what it real world driving. I'll try not to crash. Though this is obviously just a very simple prototype at the minute. So it is obviously American layout, and there's not much in terms of traffic conditions. But we've had the feedback, so we can get as much resistance on the steering wheel. I've got mirrors each side of me, and I have got, if I indicate there, I can see indicators flashing. And then I've got brake pedals. So with this one, if I'm going quite speed now in kilometers, if I brake hard, you can see the back wheels of the ambulance, and they'll start to slide. So it can create that kind of accident recreation, if you want, just by the unfortunate conditions. So this is how we enter the scene. So you can see it just starts off sort of in the ambulance yard. So we could just set it into drive, and then off it goes slowly. So this is not running on blue lights in the model, the sort of end product. We can have it so there'll be blue lights flashing, there'll be noise sirens. The other thing we want to have is in-cab distraction. So that inside the cab, the vehicle, you might have the radio bleeping or the mobile data unit bringing information of the call of what's happening.
Seriously,
And also how the steering. So I'm really steering this quite badly at the minute. If anyone watching that, they go 2 hands on the wheel, but this is only the prototype. When we get the other one working, it'll be more of an ambulance cab layout. It'll be 2 seats. So it wouldn't be just a central driving position. You'll be to the right. So you'd have a passenger seat here, and it would sit on like a jig. So if I was to brake hard, I'd get that forward motion, or if I was to accelerate hard, get that rearward motion. So that would be the principle. So the idea is that what we should have is there'll be some traffic. So I think what we're going to do is take Google Street View. So what you'll see is it's effectively Google Earth Street View, but then it's the surrounding. It won't have, as you'll see it now, where there'll be a person walking the dog there, that off that view. But we could actually put that in where we want to. You should have all the street signs where we want them. So give way, all the bits and pieces. And then the idea being, so when someone's undertaking the run, if there's a red traffic light, for example, they need to claim exemption under Section 19 of the Road Traffic Act, where that exemption is to treat it as a give way. and then actually measure how did they treat that as a give way. So did they run through the red light? Did they apply sirens? What were the hazards around there? All of which we can record and then feedback.